today, first walk-off of the year against the Rangers, that kind of deja vu for him?
Yeah, that's actually, kind of thought about it, going towards the end of that game now. At the walk-off, I was like, oh wait, I think last year I did that, at the Coliseum, and it's just cool moments, being able to walk off a game, and ultimately help your team win is, it's a great feeling, and it's a big win right there. Obviously, we're playing a great team, and just be able to take a series win so far, and then going in tomorrow trying to get another win. Or no, sorry, that was a serious win, but no, it's it's a great overall team series.
Kotz mentioned before that about having a combo with you, just stay on the breaking ball. Can you kind of talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, I got on deck and he was throwing a lot of sliders, so I go over to Kotz and Bushy and all those crony, all those guys over there. I was like, hey, I got us a slider here, right? And he's like, throwing a lot of them, get it up, stayed in the middle of the field, and got to that 3-1 count, and I was just like, I gotta stay on the slider. Kept sitting on it, and he threw one, and obviously, like Kotz said, stayed in the middle of the field, and to be able to get the job done, great feeling. Obviously a great series win, like I said, and take this momentum and go into tomorrow.
Jake, y'all also got 2 in a row here. They got to mean something, going into the game tomorrow, right?
Yeah, it definitely means a lot. Especially like I said, we're AL West, teams. They're a great team. I think they're at the top, or at least near the top for sure. And to be able to take the series win, and we play them next week as well for another 4, and try to take the momentum. And obviously, just they're a great team. Just being able to battle and keep going forward.
Seems like everybody was involved tonight. Coming up to mention everything. How does that add to it, knowing that everybody helped out?
Yeah, the baseball's a team game. We got to have everybody, ready. Whether you start or not. You got to still be warm, be loose, or be ready to go. Like Schumann came in the game today, Rooker came in the game, Hamilton, all those guys came in the game late, and they all played a good role, in winning that game there. So it takes the entire team, and just be ready when your name's called.
In that situation with runner on second and tie game and all that stuff, base hit should win the game. With your skill set as a contact guy, do you fine tune what you're doing at all? Do you change your approach at all? Just sort of like I just need to get it to the outfield, or is it same old?
No, I think it's kind of the same old. Obviously, in that spot, a high pressure situation where you're like, all right, basically can win the game for my team here. Just being able to kind of breathe, take a couple steps back, be able to kind of just stay calm. That you have the skill set to be here. That you have the skills to be able to come through for your team right here, and just take a deep breath and really just lock in. Focus up for the at bat, and like I said, getting a series win right there is huge for us.
Jacob, you guys have struggled a little bit here in Sacramento to start the year. Does it feel a little extra to kind of get the first series win here and kind of to build off that a little bit?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Obviously, with the start, we didn't win too many games at home. We went on the road, and just be able to start warming up, to this stadium, this atmosphere, and to get the series win, and then obviously we have another series here starting tomorrow, and then just be able to provide wins for the fans. That's what they want to see when they come out to watch us. They want to watch us win. So it's like I said, it's pretty cool to be able to give them wins, and get them to be excited about us being here.
I think it's only the third time you've hit in the top third of the lineup this year. Have you noticed that you get pitched any differently when maybe the meat of the lineup is behind you, or is your approach any different when you're hitting it?
No, I think it's kind of just everything's been kind of the same. I think they have a scouting report on you, just like we have scouting reports on the pitchers, and I think they'll pitch to you until you try to you prove them wrong, and just be able to take kind of notes on how they've been pitching you and how they're going to keep pitching you until you prove them wrong, and then kind of adjust that bat to the bat from there. But they have a great staff, great team overall, and like I said, you get a series win right there. That's awesome. We need that to continue the momentum and keep getting wins.
Speaking of momentum again, you just won 2 games here, and you previously played the White Sox and swept them in Chicago. Yeah. How do you take the momentum that you have here and the previous experience you had against the White Sox into this weekend?
Yeah, obviously we had a great series in Chicago, but it's baseball. You gotta be able to come out here every day ready to go and be able to just get ready to play baseball. Anything can happen in this game. Everybody here is talented enough. Everybody here is a big leaguer, so it doesn't matter who you're playing or when or where you play them. You just gotta be able to stay true to your team and be able to go out there and try to win every single game.
in a closer game like this, every defensive play is great, important.
Yeah.
How do you compare that play you made in the second inning to the best you ever made in the year since?
Yeah, I definitely think that one's up there, for sure. I don't kind of recall too many diving plays I've had up the middle, and to be able to keep a runner off off first base there, anything can happen. Just be able to help my pitcher out. They help us out. Try to get 1, 2, 3 innings, and then just be able to it's our job as infielders is help them out and take away the hits, make the plays to keep their pitch count down, and overall just as an infielder just trying to help our pitchers out.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you.